Good evening friends, myself Ranjit. In this video I am going to discussing about the current affairs, daily updates. In this video the news coming from 26 July 2020, so listen carefully about it. Let's start from the first topic, that is Australia rejects China's sea claims. Australia formal declaration to UN on the South China Sea dispute. Detail. In the formal declaration to the UN, Australia has rejected China's territorial and maritime claims in South China Sea. Australia has held that there is no legal basis for China's historic claims in the South China Sea. Australia-US Compact. Australia declaration to the UN comes after the US Secretary of State declared China's pursuit of territory and resources in the South China Sea as illegal, backing the claims of Southeast Asian countries against China's claim. Though through this move, Australia seems to be aligning itself more closely with the US in escalating tension between China and US. US relations with China have markedly deteriorated in recent months, especially over the trade dispute, the COVID-19 pandemic, and China's crackdown on dissent in Hong Kong. The latest escalation comes ahead of the annual talks between Australia and US. Second topic, that's very important topics for India as well as international relations and respecting India's diplomatic decision. The confluence of four powers and two seas. In this article, we will analyze about India's dilemma with respect to the closer coordination with the Quad. Background. How the Quad developed. The Quad was born out the crisis that followed the tsunami in December 2004. India's humanitarian and disaster relief effort in Indian Ocean was coordinated with the three other naval powers engaged in similar efforts: US, Australia and Japan. Since then, the idea of the Indo-Pacific as a larger maritime strategic community and the Quad as an effective instrument in it has gained credence among the four nations. In 2007, the annual India-US Malabar exercise included Japan, Australia and Singapore. After being neglected for about a decade due to the strategic reason, in 2017 the Quad returned, coinciding with the revision of the US assessment of the challenge from China and similar reassessment in India, Japan and Australia. And November 2017, just month after the Doklam standoff between Indian Army and the PLA, the officials from all four countries met in Manila for the India, Australia, Japan, US dialogue. There have been increasing naval exercise between the nation in the region. Recently, a trilateral exercise between the US, Australia, Japan was held in the Philippine Sea. There has been speculation the quadrilateral, that means Quad exercises, will be launched soon between the all four navies. What are the significance? The Quad grouping primary objective include connectivity, sustainable development, counter-terrorism, non-proliferation and maritime and cyber security, with a view to promote peace, stability, prosperity in an increasingly interconnected Indo-Pacific region. The Quad has been coordinating effort to provide financing and sustainable alternatives to China's Belt and Road Initiative (BRI). Notable among these initiatives being the India and the Australian effort in the Pacific Island, India-US coordination in South Asia and Indian Ocean region, and India-Japan joint efforts to develop projects in Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Myanmar. The military aspect of the Quad has also grown. India has strengthened its naval ties with each of the other Quad countries, and there have been more interaction, formal and informal, at the official level, political and military levels. So, detail about India's dilemma. The article discusses about India's dilemma in being a part of the Quad, the need of the counter aggressiveness of China on one side by partnering with the other powers in the region as against the India's desire for strategic autonomy has thrown tough choices for India in respect of Indo-Pacific maritime alliances. India's choice will have not only far-reaching implications for regional but also the global security. Arguments against India's greater involvement in the Quad. China has always opposed the militarization of Quad coalition, which it views as a counter to its claim in the Pacific and Indian Ocean. India has been wary of joining any exercise that could be construed as an alliance. India is the only country in the Quad that share a land boundary with China, and the militarization of Quad will not help India deal with this threat. Unlike the US, Japan and Australia, which are tied by military alliances, India is a member of other strategic forums such as Shanghai Cooperation Organization with China, Russia and Central Asia, BRICS and RIC, which appear to be at the cross purpose with a Quad alliance. Arguments in favor of enhanced engagement with Quad. The recent moves of the transgression and deadly clashes across the line of actual control may prove to be the tipping point that makes the India move closer to the Quadrilateral Security Group. India's keeps other options. India could revert to its traditional position of non-alignment. India could opt for a closer coalition with China's adversaries and take sides in the new colder war-like situation that is developing between the US and China. India could forge closer relations with China's ally Russia in its attempt to manage the threat from China. India could pursue multi-alignment, inviting middle powers such as European Union, UK, France, Russia and other partners such as Brazil, UAE, South Africa into its Indo-Pacific strategy. So this topic is very important topics for upcoming UPSC mains. Next topic is also very important topics from paper 2, polity and governance. The cabinet decision binding on governor. Political turmoil in state of Rajasthan. The context, background. There has been a deadlock between Rajasthan governor and Rajasthan chief minister over the summoning of assembly session for a floor test. While the chief minister has been demanding the summoning of an assembly session at the earliest, the governor has not been respective of the demand details. The article discusses the key Supreme Court judgment which could act as the guiding light during the current deadlock. Nambaba Rabia versus Deputy Speaker 2016. Rabia versus Deputy Speaker 2016 case. Constitutional bench of the Supreme Court held that a governor is bound to convene a meeting of the assembly for a floor test on the recommendation of the cabinet. It held that the governor cannot employ his or her discretion in this matter and should strictly abide by the aid and advice of the cabinet. Important observation made in this judgment. Constitutional provisions. The judgment was based on the constitutional provision which states that governor can summon and dissolve the house only on the aid and advice of the council minister with the chief minister as head. Article 163 of the Indian Constitution notes that there shall be a council of ministers with the chief minister at the head to aid and advises the governor in the exercise of his function. Limited discretionary power for the governor. Supreme Court has noted that despite the provision for some degree of discretion for the governor provided under Article 163 subclause 2 of the Indian Constitution, it does not mean a general discretionary power to act against or without the advice of his council of ministers. The judgment limits the governor's discretionary power to a specific area. It noted that the governor's discretionary power are limited to a specified area, like giving assent or withholding or reaffirming a bill to a president or appointment a chief minister or dismissal of a government which has lost the confidence but refuses to quit, etc. The judgment further held that even in area where there is a scope for discretion for the governor, the action should not be arbitrary or fanciful and must be dictated by a reason, acquitted by a good faith, and tempered by the caution. Responsible form of government. India has a parliamentary democracy with a responsible form of government. In such form of government, the governor functions only as a constitutional or formal head of the state, and his or her powers cannot be enlarged at the cost of the council of ministers, who are the real executive. Constitution Assembly discussion. The judgment noted that fact even the Constituent Assembly was wary of extending the governor's discretion, though the draft constitution had vested the governor with the discretion to the summon and dissolve. It was later omitted by the framers of the constitution. That's the point. Next, third topic that is related from GS paper 3, environment and ecology. Jairam Slam draft projects clearances rules. Former environment minister Jairam Ramesh objections to draft environment impact assessment notification 2020. Detail about the environment impact assessment notification 2020 based on the following argument that why Jairam Ramesh has opposed. Number 1, the provision of post facto approval for projects goes against the principle of the assessment prior to the environment clearances. The draft notification reduces public participation in the environment clearances process by lessening the notice period for public hearing and doing away with the need for the public hearing for a large category of projects. Second, the provision also gives the union government full powers to appoint the state environmental impact assessment authority, thus affecting the principle of cooperative federalism. The proposed change seems to promote unrestrained development by way the cutting down on the environmental regulation. This approach could have a detrimental impact on the health and the welfare of the people and go against the vision of ensuring development that is sustainable. 4 category, that means science and technology sector, say there is SARS-CoV-2 a latent virus which can reoccur? Context, doubts over second infection of COVID-19. Background, there have been repeated instances of reinfection from COVID-19 since early January 2020. Reinfection means people who had tested negative for COVID-19 test positive again after a while. Details about the articles analyzes the possible reason for the reinfection from COVID-19. One factor, that is latency. The observation of reinfection of COVID-19 brings to light that the possibility of the SARS-CoV-2 virus having latency. The COVID-19 virus may have reactivated in the patient rather than them becoming reinfected. The latent infection is when the virus in the body is dormant and does not replicate within the host. If it, however, possesses the capacity to be reactivated at some point, causing the disease at the later point of the time, as opposed to active infection, where the virus is actively replicating and potentially causing symptoms. Latent infection and essentially static, which the last of the life of the host and occur when the primary infection is not cleared by the adaptive human response. Chronic viruses can go into the latency. The latent viral infection can be reactivated into the active life lytic form. Example: herpes simplex virus, type 1 and type 2 Varicella zoster viruses, HIV, Epstein-Barr viruses, human herpes viruses, or and so on. Different types of viral infection. A chronic virus infects its host for extended a period of time, often through the lifetime of the host. An acute infecting virus such as influenza rotavirus creates noticeable symptoms in a short period of time and is cleared from the body after a few days or a few weeks. Flow in testing also one of the reasons. This is not a very much important topic, so I should leave that. So in this video we will discuss most 2 or 3 important topics. I think we should go and watch this video 2 or 3 times, and it will be very helpful for means in your answer writing practices. First, the role of governor in federalism system. Second topic, environment assessment impact. And third topic, that is very important in the international relation, that is what is the dilemma and what is the role of India in Quad and how it hinder or supplement India's response in the world peace. Okay, next video something like this published. So watch my video, share my video, subscribe my channels. Thanks a lot for watching this video once again.